Hello everybody, welcome once again in the class. And this is your trainer Masco, as it was in first lesson and second lesson. This is our third lesson. And in this lesson, as we proceed, we are now going to the third level of training, as you understand. If you are joining us for the first time, I ask you to go to the first video and the second video so that we all read in the same line. Now today we want to start building our website. But before we start building our website, there are two things that we need to understand. There are the two things that we also need. We need to have Xampp and WordPress. But before we use Xampp and WordPress, it is better for us to understand what are these. Number one, as I said in our last video, WordPress is a content management system, a CMS. So in short, WordPress is a CMS used to create websites and blogs without needing advanced coding or without needing coding skills. So we also said WordPress powers millions and millions of websites on the internet. Also, we also said you can use WordPress to create blog websites, business websites, news sites, e-commerce, and portfolios. Okay, so we also said, we also tackled on something. What can you do with WordPress? You can create pages and posts. You can upload images and videos, install themes for design, add plugins for extra features, manage users' content easily. That is WordPress. So, important part of WordPress is about theme. I told you in our last video, a theme is like a house. So we can have different houses or buildings with the different designs. So when I say theme are just faces of the websites that are ready-made. So themes control websites' appearance. So we also have something called plugin. Add extra functionality. These are just input gradients into the website. We have dashboard. This dashboard is the admin control panel, and we have the database where you store all website content. So from there, you now know why WordPress. Number one, it is good to make websites using WordPress because it's easy and you don't need coding, as we said in our last video. So, and there is this guy also, and this is WordPress. Okay, if you need to download WordPress, because we need to download WordPress, we will go to the browser here. This is our browser. I will bring it down here and I will write WordPress download. Open your browser on Google. I'm using Google. Open your browser and download WordPress. I've been downloading it, that's why you're seeing is in different color. I will click WordPress download, the first link. Upon the when you're in the WordPress website here, what you need to do now is to download WordPress, because we need WordPress. Okay, so to download WordPress, you need to go to WordPress, the website wordpress.org. Remember in our last video I told you there is difference between wordpress.com, wordpress.com. I want to show you the difference. WordPress.com, this is wordpress.com, this is wordpress.com, and this is wordpress.org. So you can notice the differences. With wordpress.com, you already have ready-made templates, but you don't have full authority on customization. You can start this website, but you will not be given things full control of themes of the theme, full control of the plugins and the dashboard. So you have to pay, but you are building it while you are online. Different from wordpress.org, here we will need to download the WordPress software so that we can use it on our computer without the internet. That is also called on the local host. So download and install it yourself. Set up with hosting provider. If you download it and install it yourself, it means you are starting to build your website from the computer localhost. If you set it with the hosting provider, it means you buy the space and the domain, then you start building your website when you are on the live server. For this, we want to do it on our machine localhost, so I will download WordPress, and the current version of WordPress is 6.9.4. The day that this video was shot was recorded was the year 2026. Okay, May 26th. Okay, now here is the calendar. We can see this is May 16th 2026. May 16th 2026. Sorry for that. Now we have downloaded our WordPress, and now we have our WordPress here ready to use. That is WordPress. We are good to go. Now we've downloaded WordPress from wordpress.org. For this course, you need to go straight to wordpress.org and download WordPress. You can also copy this link and paste it on your browser, or write it on your browser, because this is a video you will not be able to copy, and proceed. Now, we've downloaded one of the things that we have. I said we need WordPress, and we need this guy called Xampp. Here is Xampp. But now, what is Xampp? Okay, we have downloaded WordPress. We are now going to download Xampp. But before we download Xampp, we need to understand what is Xampp. Okay, Xampp is a software that allows us to run a website locally on our computer before uploading the website online. So why do we need this Xampp? Of course, for example, you need water in your home. So for you to get the water, you must have something like a tank or a container that will hold your water. So in this case, we have WordPress website, and because we are making WordPress website on our computer, we need a container that will be able to hold the water, which is WordPress, for us. Okay, another thing, assume you want to cook, and we've been using rice. You want to cook your rice, and you are in the kitchen ready to cook rice, but you don't have a place where you will use as a cooking pot. You need a cooking pot. So in this case, our cooking pot is Xampp. And now the product that you are cooking is called WordPress. So we will put WordPress inside Xampp, because Xampp is the container. Now in this case, we say Xampp is a local place where we save and store our website content. Okay, Xampp is like a fridge, okay, whereby you store all your kitchen stuffs when you are done or when you want to use them. So Xampp is a server, okay, a place where you save your your website content. So that's why I've said Xampp is a software that allows you to run websites locally on our computer before uploading them online. It allows us to run the websites because it is the container. The fridge allows you to store your food because it is a storage system. So what is the meaning of Xampp? This is just an abbreviation. Xampp stands for cross-platform. Cross-platform means Xampp can be used in all the operating systems. If you're using Windows, Xampp can run on Windows because we are using Windows. If you're using Ubuntu, Xampp can run on Ubuntu. If you're using Mac, Xampp can run on Ubuntu on Mac. And if you're running Linux, Xampp can run on Linux. That is why we say X stands for cross-platform. Then we have A. A is Apache. Apache is a server system whereby it also helps you. So A stands for Apache. Then we have M stand for MySQL. So we will also learn about MySQL storage system. And we have P stand for PHP, and we have another P which stand for Perl. So we will see how this also help us. But the biggest thing and the great thing is to understand how Xampp works. So if we say X is a cross-platform that works on Windows, Linux, and Mac. If we say A, it's Apache. Apache is a web server. M, that stands for MySQL. That is MySQL is MariaDB database. MariaDB database. We still have some video talking about these databases. Then we have PHP. PHP is a programming language. Then we have Perl. Okay, so you need to understand the meaning of Xampp. So if you are asked about Xampp, you just need to understand X stand for cross platform. Then A stand for Apache. Then we have M stand for MySQL. Okay, those who know about MySQL will tell you about it. Then P stand for PP is a PHP. That is a programming language. Then we have P again, which also stand for, we have P which also stand for Perl. Okay, so you now know about all this. Okay, what does Xampp do? Okay, Xampp creates a local environment where you can build websites offline. Okay, all the websites that we have online have a storage place where we keep our website. It is called a server. But now, because we are creating our website offline, we have to download our local server. It is called local because it is running on your local machine without internet. So you don't need internet to use Wordpress and Xampp at the local level. Number two, Xampp tests WordPress sites before going live. You are able to test your WordPress websites before you take them online on the internet. So Xampp run PHP applications because WordPress is made up of also programming language. The website is that you are going to make. Also manage database locally. When you say manage database locally, you know that is on the local host. Okay, so we have main components of Xampp. Some of the main components of Xampp are Apache, that is serves web page in the browser. So Apache serve web pages on the browser. We have MySQL that is run by MariaDB, store websites data. We have PHP that run dynamic website codes. Website codes. Then we have PHP that is admin, manages database through a browser at the back end. So you have full control of this. So now you know about WordPress and Xampp, and that is why we said now here we are going to download WordPress, and we are going to download Xampp. These two things are what we are going to download. And now let us just proceed and go download Xampp. So we will go to Apache Friends, or just write on your browser download Xampp. So let us download Xampp. Here is Xampp. I've been using them, so it is active. So Xampp, this is Xampp. So if you want to use Xampp, you go to apachefriends.org. So this is Xampp. You can copy it from here if you want to download Xampp. So apachefriends.org. And now let us proceed and download our Xampp. Of course, the current version of Xampp is 8.2. These are versions. So maybe you might reach here and be confused. Why do we have all these three? Do we need to download all this? No. Don't download this. This is just to show you that the versions have been changing. And the current version is 8.212. The previous version was 8.125. The other version was 8.030. So we need to download the lower one. As I told you, the date of today is Sunday, May 16th, 2026. This is when this video was recorded. So the current version is 8.212. So I will download that latest one. Download link, download button here. And upon downloading it, it will just start downloading. And in a moment, we'll be having our Xampp downloading. And if you don't see download, just click this click here link, and it will download direct. And we are downloading Xampp. Here is Xampp. It is downloading. And we are waiting for Xampp. It might take some time. But before as it downloads, let us go back and understand some things about Xampp, because in this lesson we are here to train you to be an expert. So I don't want, when now I will be doing our website, you start asking me on the comment section what is Xampp. That's why, unless I've not covered something, maybe you can ask that, or you've not understood something, you can ask that. But in this course, I just want to ensure that you are recording everything that you should know. So if you install Xampp on your computer acts like a web hosting server, okay, where you place your website. A web hosting server is like a box where you store your clothes, okay. Also, after installing Xampp, you can create websites on the local host. It means you don't need the internet, you only need your machine, install Xampp and WordPress, and you are good to go. Another thing, after installing Xampp, you can install WordPress without buying hosting first. You know, when some people, when you are using WordPress.com, you will need to buy. You are using a WordPress website to build your website on their platform. But when you install Xampp, you already have a local system that is holding and giving you access and authority to build your website. So it becomes more advantageous than having it built. The advantage of building a website from the local host, as a developer, I advise people to do local host, not online, because if you are doing a website for a client, then you upload the website on the live server on the internet, then it means the website is now visual to everybody. Because you buy space online, one day if the client does not pay the website, or the website crashes online and you need to replace the website or do some correction, it will be so well to go back to where you saved the website on the local host and upload the website, because you have a backup. One day there is a client who came to me saying, Trainer Masco, do you remember you making us a website? I was not remember. Then I never remembered who they were. Then I went back to my local host, tried to look for their website on Xampp. I got the website, and immediately I got the website, we were able to re-upload it again, and I was able to make some coins again, because they lost the website and they were not able again to get access to their domains and logins. So because I saved it on the local, but the challenge with the live server, when something happens to your website online, you will have to redo it again. Even if the website was good, you can't remember the theme and all that. So I advise people to do website on the local server, okay. And this video will help you to start this process as a beginner. I think our Xampp is now ready, is almost going finish finalizing. We are remaining with some 14 seconds, then all is done. Now we have now understood what is Xampp and what is WordPress. What we're going to do next after downloading Xampp and what we're going to do next is now understanding how to make a website and what else we need. Okay, so in this website, what is important is we need to understand themes, plugins, dashboard, and database, and that is actually where we are going next. And I want to tell you something. People will ask, how does Xampp and WordPress work together? How are these two things working together, Xampp and WordPress? When building a website locally, you install Xampp, start Apache and MySQL. Create a database using PHP, download WordPress, place WordPress files inside Xampp. So WordPress files will be placed inside Xampp. So Xampp becomes the container that hosts WordPress, because Xampp is a database. I hope we are getting. Then open localhost, then complete WordPress installation. So that is how we are going to do this. And now from this, this is a class to make you understand every part that you need to know about Xampp. What we will do in this lesson, we downloaded Xampp, we installed Xampp. We now going to start the MySQL and see the next step on what we're going to do. Let us check if our download is done. Yeah, our download is done. So I want to show you, this is Xampp downloaded and this is WordPress. I hope and I guess from your side you have also downloaded Xampp and WordPress, and we are now good to go. Now we've learned about WordPress and we've learned about Xampp. Xampp is a box where we are going to save our WordPress, and WordPress is now where we're going to make our website. Now that is good. What in the next lesson, we will install WordPress on our computer using Xampp. Okay, we're going to install Xampp, then install WordPress, and this is the interesting space, and you need to be very careful in the next video as we install Xampp. And I'm going to give you step by step how to install Xampp and how to install WordPress, because it is so important to understand the installation of the two. So bye and see you in the next video. This is your trainer Masco. I'm waiting for you in the next side of the training.